Howdy, guys. Merry Christmas.
Hello!
Got Pocket Metal here hanging out with us. Let me get the chat up. And I never opened my YouTube chat. Damn, I knew I'd forget something. What is up, brand new American Crispy Critter, Dan Brock, my man, myth, the legend, Blade Ogre, and Honey Bear. And we got Patina Turner. We've got Mike Yay, the Knife Inquisitor, Patina, and Blade Ogre. Hello, people. Great to see you. Everybody, I hope, is having a fantastic Friday evening. I'm going to real quickly open my YouTube chat window. Talks amongst yourselves.
This is my holiday edition. I came blinking.
Hey, you're blinking. I'm not going to make those funnies. I have a very good funny about your blinking, and I think it's A, very festive, and B, you're blinking. Some people don't blink at all.
I guess not. So JuhVon was telling us a story, and I hope no one else experiences this holiday, but he had a knife coming in the mail, and it didn't arrive.
It arrived today, a street over, misdelivered, arrived a street over, and allegedly, when the post office went back to get it, the lady said that I'd already come to pick it up, and I don't buy that, but we'll see what happens. They're still investigating it, but what a nightmare.
Yeah, it's terrible. And then if you ordered anything, like I ordered something from White Mountain Knives, and since that's, we live in Washington and that's on the other side of the country from us, I think it pretty much got stuck in snowstorms or ice storms or what have you. We got hella iced in starting last night. It was ridiculous. Absolutely. It was like driving a car on an ice rink last night coming home.
Oh man, we had a little bit of ice last night
everywhere. It's absurd. Like right now, everything, our whole driveway, the grass, everything's got like a layer of ice that's like this thick outside. So it's absurd.
What's the temperature there?
I don't know what it is right now. It had gotten it said it was going to have freezing rain, and we're like, what the fuck isn't freezing rain snow? Because it was going to be on like the 20s and be raining. But no, so I guess it wasn't cold enough, high enough for it to turn into snow and fall. So it was rain falling, but as soon as it hit anything, it was freezing like instantly. So we were having ice on the windshield when we were trying to drive. The whole car had a layer of ice on it. Everything was fucking ridiculous.
Oh no, that's scary.
That's Alex Knives and such has said it's 5 degrees feels like -16. That's insane. Like that's way too much for me.
Well, it is only 6 degrees here in Huntsville, so it is super, super cold. Dan B, William Muncie, what's up? Welcome.
Yeah. It was only in it was like in the 20s today, off and on. I think it warmed up a little bit and then cooled back off now. But yeah.
Howdy, Illuminati. Yeah, it's for Alabama. This is what we call a very, very cold snap. It is frigid cold. My house is warm. The pets are inside, crashed out, so everybody's doing well. But it is definitely cold.
Yeah, it's been ridiculous out there.
So does anybody else have any packages that they're waiting to come in? I've got one more that just hit Huntsville where I live, and I've got to call them in the morning to get them to hold it there so it doesn't make it on a truck because I have no confidence now.
Yeah, that's it's always, scary ordering stuff any time of year, but then this time of year it's especially, not fun. I don't even know if the mailman came today. The UPS guy we saw drive by, but I don't know if the actual post office dude ventured out this way because there was so much ice everywhere. It was insane. Yeah, 12 degrees, Louis says, where he's at. It's insane. We had to call the sheriff's, or I don't know what it was, last night when we were driving home because there was a truck backwards off the side of a ditch, and the lights were on and stuff. So we didn't try to stop because I didn't want our car to go sliding off the road either.
Dan, I saw a buddy just a little while ago, and his mailman just stopped by, and his said by 7, and he did get his Raptor in. So there's hope. As long as they don't tell you it was delivered and then tell you it was delivered somewhere else, you're good.
Yeah,
and then the person allegedly says that you came and got it and you didn't.
That's some straight BS right there.
I think it's a lazy substitute mail carrier who wasn't ever going back and talking to that person. I think it was just kind of a slacker. That's for the Mannix in 15V. Is that what it's in? So Pocket Metal, what are you guys doing tomorrow? Do y'all have just we're having kind of low key day?
Hoping we're just going to stay indoors and hope that we have electricity all day.
Hope that you thaw out. Is it supposed to get warmer there or not?
I honestly don't. It changes so much. It's almost not worth like looking at, because it said it was going to warm up to like where the ice would start thawing, and then by the time it got to when it was supposed to happen, it changed its mind and said it was going to start cooling back off again. So it's freaking ridiculous. But I mean, I'm complaining, and there's people here that say -6.
It's all relative, right?
Yeah, exactly. For us, that's crazy because like people think that, but in certain parts of Washington, sure, it gets crazy if you're up really high on a mountain. But we're only a couple hundred feet above sea level, so for us, it's usually doesn't get like too crazy cold, and it gets this cold. But this is the first time we've had it where like everything fucking froze over. I mean, it's kind of funny looking outside. I could literally go ice skating in my driveway.
Hey, Lord Needham. Hey, Sharp Guy. This is the Chavez Street, the smaller Redemption.
The Hellboy edition.
I love this little knife. It's bigger than the tiny ass knife, but for me, the Redemption, who a bunch of buddies just got when it came out, it's a little too big. And I even thought about grabbing one when they went on sale, because they were on sale. They still probably are for $245. But this knife's perfect for me, and I don't carry it enough. I love it. But another one probably wouldn't serve me that well.
Do you have any problem with the blade getting stuck with that giant choil up front?
I've never had any issues with this knife. When you say getting stuck because of the choil, like getting it in my fingernail?
No. Like where the you know how the blade stops and there's that giant choil there. Instead of it being something, let me see here, small like this, it like almost looks like it's a finger choil, but I don't know that you can fit your finger in there.
I can.
Oh, can you? I know a lot of people can't, but it looks like something that, someone was saying that while doing any kind of cutting, it was getting stuck and hung up and whatnot down there.
I can definitely see that be an issue, and I hate knives like this that are designed that way when they do that. Typically, I'm using the choil, or I'm doing my best not to get the material caught up in it, but it does suck.
Yeah. I just saw Chicago 23 say the Hellboy remake was caca. I tried to watch it and fell asleep. I think I tried twice. I like the dude. What's his name? Hey, what's the new Hellboy guy's name? Jay? The guy from Stranger Things. I forget
David Harbour?
Yeah, David Harbour. So tried to watch it, but honestly, the original one with, what's the guy from the original one's name?
Ron Perlman.
Thank you, Samia.
I can't remember. Ron Perlman was fucking the best version of Hellboy they could have ever asked for. So stop fucking trying to remake shit, right? It's fucking stupid. Anyways.
Good stuff.
I call that knife the Hellboy edition because the skull's it looks like it has the 2 sawed off horns on it.
Howdy, Blade Brigade. Satisfaction. What is up, buddy?
So, yeah.
Louis. Are they doing away with the G10 models? I always chose these not because they were $30 cheaper, just because it gives it a little bit of texture, a little something to grab onto. But I don't blame them. I mean, people are buying the tie, and I usually buy a tie, but on big knives like this, the G10 just kind of comes in handy.
Yeah.
Pocket metal, what'd you carry today? Did you carry anything since you were iced in?
Oh, yeah. The same usual. I posted a late picture on the old Instagram. I did my red Ace Grand and GEC Barlow. Or not Barlow, Bullnose. I don't know why I called it a Barlow. My red and silvery combo there, since I did the blade swap on the like the one that you have. So
I like that now. I mean, I've still got the one with the black blade, but that does look good.
I just like, it wasn't that I liked this more, it's that I like this more with the blacked out blade on that.
That looks sick.
With all the black hardware. So that's the one I carry 90% of the time. That's mine.
I carried, and I've been carrying actually all week, the my Leon Ma Field Duty.
Yeah.
This is still my number one knife out of all the knives that I have. I was thinking about that today, and it's definitely my number one. I love that knife. And then since I've gotten into these tiny fixed blades, I carry on my belt. I think I've shown you guys right here.
Yeah.
I like the little drop point more than the sheep's foot. I think it's just because it's that much slicier. And then in my left pocket, I've got a carrying sheath, and I carry my little chickadee in there. So I've now turned in from a one knife carrying guy to having three on me.
I usually have something in every front pocket in my jeans. So, the other pocket had the little Spyderco that was also the red, and so they kind of match a little bit there, those guys. And then I had this left over from the other day. I put this in there for the Wooden Wednesday, my GEC Barlow, in my little sleek that Iggy made me. And then I have the one on my butt, which I keep forgetting it's there. That not Mattisfaction. I don't know why I said that. That the slip that Joe made me, which it's impossible to take off, but it's like it kind of cants to the side a little bit, and it's a belt slip. And I never thought that I would use something like that, but since he sent it to me, I haven't taken it off my belt, and I just keep it on me constantly, and keep a little knife, another little sod buster in there. So I often forget how many knives are in my pockets.
Well, it doesn't feel like I'm carrying a lot, because like I said, that one takes up such little space. The one on my belt, I don't even know is there. And then my left pocket, it doesn't feel like a knife. So
do you ever do you forget to grab it sometimes?
To send Maddie something, but I'm making sure I'm in the right profile in case he wants to join us. You know what's weird is I've got two Instagram, Knife Addict under my professional or under my normal one.
Yeah.
And usually I can switch between the two.
On the computer?
Yeah, and I can't. I can find, no, I've never done it on the computer. I've been able to switch between the two on my phone at will.
Yeah. Usually you just go to the home thing and then click where your name is. There's a arrow, and
yeah, it switches between the two. And it's not letting me do it. So I'm sending Mattisfaction a link from John W.E. 1999. We'll probably go into his spam folder, and he'll never respond to me.
The Knife Inquisitor has asked if the lights are keeping me warmer. I'm just glad that at this point they haven't shocked me. Between the cats and the Stella last year running around and chewing on stuff, I'm sure that she chewed on these lights. These aren't on the tree this year, obviously, but they were on the tree last year. And I didn't check to see if there was any exposed wires or not before I decided to throw this on my head.
Nah. Let's see if I can find him here.
Definitely not properly grounded, that's for sure.
I hate Instagram on a computer, by the way. If any of y'all are
What
wondering.
pisses me off is that you can't use it to post.
Well, it's not. And when I was trying to show it at a convention for a bunch of our AEs when we were doing social ads, Pocket Metal's favorite thing, you can't. I had to have my phone wired into the big screen TV that I had Facebook running on to show an ad because it won't serve you ads on the desktop version because nobody uses it, less than 1% of the people. But Maddie, I did send you a link if you want to join us. So what did everybody carry today? I was going to pop that chat out. Right,
besides your freezing sausage.
That's just my daughter. She's driving to South Carolina with her boyfriend. I told her to call me after work, and she's probably not thinking about me being live.
Kids.
And I'll mute myself here in a second, and let's open that, let's mute it, and then we pop out the chat.
Opinion X Series Rhino.
Dead air, guys. Sorry about this. I'm just trying to get my chat open.
I'm looking up the Pina Rhino because I don't know if I've ever seen that one. Oh, okay. Yeah, I still don't know that I saw that. But now I see it.
Bang. Got that popped out like I wanted. Get that closed down. I'm back in StreamYard. Got a guest. Boom.
Hi, Ian.
Hey there, how's it going? What's up?
Not much.
Merry Christmas, brother.
Yeah, same to you. Y'all ready to go?
We're all live, my friend. You are
Cool.
in here with us. I'm about to start reading
No,
off. Let's see.
For Christmas. You got all your Christmas shopping done?
Oh, yeah, of course. Let's see. I was going to read out what everybody carried, but I'm trying to get back up to where it started. It looks like Chicago 23 carried the Pina X Series Rhino. And
I just looked that up. I never saw that model before.
Mike Ye, the Knife Inquisitor, flicking the pinion. I do not have a pinion yet. The Kubi Veloce. I don't know if I know about that one either, Patina, but that's a nice knife, I'm sure, because I love my Kubis. Crispy Ritta carried the Fiddleback Bear Cub Fixie, paired with Denim Penguin. Nice. The Fiddleback Bear Cub is nice. I don't know if y'all checked that out, if you've seen that Pocket Metal. Acid Tech Kids got the XLC. Honey Bear had his Bradford Guardian 3, Raylite Thai Pineapple, and Lynch Northwest Apri. Let's see. Jack's Lungs carried the Synapse. XL, but currently flicking the Fire Attack. Jake, I was just telling everybody I've got a package that got delivered to the wrong house, and now the wrong house says they didn't get it or gave it to me or something. But I've got a track it's in the post office. I've got to call them at 7:00. They know I'm calling to tell them not to put it on the truck, to let me come pick it up. So I've got a Hinder, hopefully that'll be here tomorrow. Had a little fixed blade that was supposed to be here today. I was going to show you guys or open it. And then Blade Ogre, or William Muncie carried, I missed Dan Brock, my brother from another mother who was a blast to hang out with in Atlanta. He carried the Sea Otter that he picked up in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken, at Blade Show. And then William Muncie carried the Benchmade Bug Out, the Asher Spiro, Crystal Aurora, Uncle Henry Fixed Blade, and Leatherman Blast. And then the Blade Ogre carried a Rose Craft Appalachian Jack, the Stroke Purple Mini, which is an awesome fixie, and GEC 29 Stockyard Whittler. What is up, Sobex? What is up, Ian? Lord Carey.
I already told you what's up, Javon.
Nimble W,
Just
Jack
kidding.
Venom, Bridgewood Port 395 Malibu, and the replacement growler that came in today. Lord Needham, I'm hoping that new growler is better than the one you had before. All right, I'm caught up. Sorry about that, guys.
That's okay. You're in his
If I
zone.
missed your carry, let me know. I will definitely read it out. Scotty carried the Sobex, carried the Yojimbo 2 and the Ruck B2, a handy little tool. What'd you carry, Ian?
I carried my Asher. I really like this damn knife a lot.
That is
Remember the one I was doing some surgery on?
Yeah.
It's got the skiffs in there. It's got a freaking phenomenal action now. I mean, it's perfect now. And yeah, it's a great knife. Really like it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, he did a great job on that knife.
Got an awesome action now. Really good. D10's perfect. Yeah, it's a great knife. For the price, people were comparing this to the Roosevelt, kind of a budget Roosevelt, and I got to say that is not too far off. And it's at least a seventh as good for the seventh of the price. It's great.
Would you honestly say that the Roosevelt is 7 times as good?
I don't know. I do like the Roosevelt a lot. It's subjective.
Yeah.
I don't know. This
mean,
is a great knife, though. Everything you need in a knife.
Yeah, you got the, hey, it's made in America, a small company, blah, blah, blah. So there's that, $200 tax right there. And then
what I can say for sure is it's not like the Roosevelt's street, whatever they call the secondary market price.
Right, yeah.
No way. If it was $1,400 knife compared to this, like I can get 14 of these. Like, no, it's not 14 times better.
Yeah, that thing's
7 times I can kind of debate on, but
I got to handle D2's. Oh God, what the hell is the name of that knife? What's that crazy knife with the big like kind of cleaver-esque blade that you got recently?
Are you talking about the Evo?
Yeah, the Evo 3, right?
Yeah.
So
that is a chomper.
D2 got the Evo 3, but he got the
DLC.
Yeah, the one that's like
that thing's sick.
It looks like dragon glass or something. That thing just looks so badass.
Polished.
That's the one that Metal
DLC
Complex,
so cool.
when he saw the actual finish, he went and sold his and paid for a lot more on the secondary market because he loved it. He said, it looks almost like it's shining. It looks like a spaceship more than a normal DLC.
It's nuts, but as soon as you touch it, it leaves like brown stains. Like your fingerprints turn like a brown color. So you have to like keep wiping it off. Or else
I would hate that.
But honestly, it fucking looks badass. Like,
it does.
When he described the finish to me, because I didn't watch Metal Complex's video, I was like, shiny DLC coating, that just sounds cheesy. But no, it looks fucking fantastic.
What's up, Olive Knives and Demonoc and Acid Test Kids? That's awesome looking. That's got sheen.
And the handles do have a texture to them, so they look bad.
Yeah, I really like this kind of micro barking.
William, it literally looks like it could be like fucking dragon glass from fucking Game of Thrones or some shit. It's fucking badass looking.
And Lord Needham, you can edit in iMovie and then just save whatever you're editing down to your photos, just like you would, and then you can post it just like a regular video. It just takes a while for iMovie to convert it. That's how I've started publishing my YouTube videos. This is the last couple of days.
I did the O-ring and the pivot on this one. First time trying that out. It seems like it works pretty good. Instead of Loctite or whatever, put a little O-ring inside.
Yeah, when you screw it down, it keeps it from walking.
Yeah.
It keeps the pivot from walking.
Oh, where'd you get that at?
I had one sitting around from a flashlight or something, and I'm like, hey, this might work, and it sure did.
The pocket metal,
kind of
Justin has some on his site too, on OCD for EDC. He sells some of those little, they're called pivot, I guess pivot bushings, I think is what he calls them.
Yeah,
I carry 90% of the times I'll carry my little ion, my little Dapper Designs ion, just because it's small.
This is like in my pocket every day, in my little fifth pocket in my jeans, that little IR3 Olight. And then I have in a bag, I'll carry some of the other ones, but I haven't ventured outside of Olight just because for the price, these are pretty decent. And I'm not a crazy flashlight person.
This is the little
my bags.
I3E.
Yeah.
It's like the smallest freaking AAA flashlight I've ever seen. It's crazy how small this thing is for AAA. Like, I don't even know how it could fit. It's barely bigger than the AAA itself. Could put a little clip on mine. But yeah, this is a great little light. Just super simple.
And when I go out in the woods, I'll carry either my Olight Mini Warrior or one of my Martechs. These are from County Com, but these are pretty good little lights. They're bright. One of them's spotty, and then I've got one that's more of a flood. Where's that one? I just had it when I went looking for my package again, so it's way over there. My package that didn't get delivered to me.
My headlight fell off.
I hope somebody cuts themselves with that Barlow. Taking it out of the
damn Maritac light that I got, JuhVon. What the hell is it called? The Reach or whatever. That super like laser. That thing is amazing. We went to Pioneer Courthouse Square where they have the big ass lit up Christmas tree. I know last weekend or whatever. And I brought that with me, and I was shining it like up on there's like a clock tower type thing, and like lighting it. Some crazy bastard did graffiti like it's like 4 stories high on the edge of this building, and I could like shine that light, and like it was like daylight up there with this damn flashlight that they had. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it'll draw some attention though. Like, you know, for the crowd, they're like, "Holy shit, what is that?" It doesn't. The light, the beam is not like a regular flashlight at all. That's crazy.
That's nuts. This is the only.
What's your battery life like?
No idea. I've only used it like once, so I'll have to report back.
But you didn't run out.
I like those. No.
I got this little.
I like those little rechargeable stash cans. Those are cool.
Yeah, it was on one of those sales last year. I think I got it for like they're regularly like $100 for the set, or like 90 something, whatever. And I think I got it for like 60 something or $70.
That's a great deal
with the little thing.
That's a great little set. I've got one too. The that's called the.
The cool thing is
it's got that the Baton 3.
Yeah,
it's got the
clip, but you can also, besides just putting it on your hat or whatever, because I don't wear ball caps because they don't fit my big ass head, but you can put it on your hoodie. So you can, strap that thing like on the fabric of your hoodie right there, and then it still, works the same as a little headlamp there.
I can't get mine to turn off. There it goes.
Sometimes I put it
lights. That's user error though. It's just because I don't know the different.
Oh god.
Click sequences.
You clipped it to your hoodie. I was thinking you like magnetized it to a plate in your forehead or something. Yeah.
That metal plate.
Yeah, it comes in handy.
Government plastic. You don't want to mess that up, or my hair won't part right?
So I was out driving around. I heard I tuned in, but I couldn't like chat obviously when you guys started talking about the weather conditions and the roads and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was having a good old time out there driving. We drove and got something to eat. We were going to get a Mongolian barbecue, and they were closed. So we ended up going to a Korean food place. And man, we drove my wife's car, and it's got snow mode, and it was awesome, man. I was like, I mean, I'm kind of used to. I used to live in an area that had got snow, so I'm kind of used to driving in the snow. But as long as you stay away from everyone else, like I was having a ball. Like,
Was it ice or was it? Did you have snow down there too?
It was a mix, like mostly ice with a little sprinkle, like a little bit of powder. Hey there,
Hey, Shamiette.
hey Miet, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
What's up,
Doing
Dwayne?
good,
Leonard?
doing good.
Yeah,
So
it was.
That's why I was late.
you can
Fucking
feel it?
ice over here. It's ridiculous. Our house is
Yeah.
up on a hill. When I parked the car last night and we started to get groceries out, the car was just slowly starting to like slide down the fucking
Yeah.
driveway
Yeah.
because it had nothing to grip to.
Started sliding, and I was still in
Yeah.
it. And I was like, "The car's moving," and he had to jump back inside and like try to maneuver it.
Yeah, there was like one area that I got to where there was no powder at all. It was just ice, and it was clear difference. Like I was like, okay, yeah, this is a little sketch, but as long as it had a little bit of powdery, it was just like really weird texture, kind of a little, powdered cover. It was a lot more traction there.
Dude, it
But
was.
yeah,
It was.
Gotta be
We had
careful.
no powder, nothing but freaking ice.
Yeah.
It was the worst driving conditions for sure. And yeah, we just kept seeing cars off the side of the road and
Yeah.
shit. It was not fun.
Well, don't you have a Subaru? Is it all-wheel drive?
It is, but I tell you what,
Yeah,
it doesn't ice
even
skate.
then. Yeah.
Plus, we need to get new tires.
But there was a couple guys. There was a
Yeah,
couple
I
guys with just two-wheel drive. They were having a hell of a time. You can see them just spinning their wheels. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
See you,
it
buddy,
made it, but you could feel it like sliding, and you feel it like kick in. And I think that the tires were actually collecting ice as well.
oh
Like,
yeah,
there
they'll
was
get
ice
caked
on-
and just turn
Yeah,
into.
when we stopped the car, like big chunks of ice fell off and shit from the
Yep.
underparts, and it was a mess. I mean, we were
Yeah.
able to go like 40 miles an hour in it, so it wasn't like anything terrible. But when we got off to there's like 5 mile, was it 5 or 7 miles? I forget, between the highway and where we live out in the woods, of just like back windy, no shoulder, you'll fall off. Like there's like a 4 or 5 foot drop between the road and the whatever the hell's next to it, trees
That's
and shit
sketch.
down.
Yeah.
And so we were driving real slow because you'd go to go around a turn and you'd feel the car like start to like do a little drift, and you're like, it's no good.
Well, do you see my little setup back here? I've got a bunch of cables and crap and a little battery bank thing.
Yeah.
I was working and from home, I was wrapping up my week, which I'm off now until New Year's, so I'm freaking stoked about that. But our power, we had this crazy wind, and we about a week prior we had a branch fall on a transformer out here, and I was in the office that day, so it didn't really affect me. But my wife was pissed because she got cut off and stuff, and the power was out all day, and was worried about that again. And as I was working, it freaking the lights flickered a little bit, little blip.
Yeah.
And of course, every time that happens, the freaking internet shuts off, and then my remote connection goes down, and it takes me 15 minutes to get logged back on. I'm like, well, shit, I'm just gonna unplug the freaking router and do this whole jerry rig setup here to hopefully keep the internet going. Well, it did it twice before 3 times the charm realized I should probably try something different. So I need to unrig that little contraption.
Yeah, I have a
there.
battery backup for my computer, which helps.
Yeah.
'Cause, the house will blink, but the computer stays
Yeah.
running. But
That's nice. Yeah.
the routers over that side, and it won't reach. So I haven't
Yeah.
run a wire long enough to the Cat 5 cable to make it so it'll reach over here. But
Yeah, I don't know. I might just use this from now on or something. Make it a little prettier, but apologies for that trouble.
Oh, hey,
Janky.
we're all friends here. You don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did pick up the dirty boxers that were right next to it though before I turned it on.
nice. And the sock with the lotion bottle.
Yeah. The
I-
Fifi.
I see my Dr. Pepper and my fast fret off over my shoulder here to my right.
Yeah.
All-wheel drive for us works great in the snow. It's the ice. It just doesn't do shit for.
Yeah. Well, my wife, like I said, she's got a snow mode, and
Yeah.
I don't know what the secret sauce is, but I was doing. I mean, unless I floored it, I didn't lose any traction. See, I mean, it was working. It was doing all its traction control shit and everything, and
Right.
it actually works really well. It's a boss in the snow. It's a little.
What kind of car is it?
It's an Acura, the smaller SUV, the RDX,
Okay.
and yeah, it did great.
Did anybody see Lefty show? Was it last night?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought it was pretty good the way he explained everything that was going on with M3, and it's just unfortunate, but I thought he did a really good job, and I think he is definitely coming out as the credible one in that.
Yeah, innocent
How could he
bystander, it sounds like.
How could he not be the credible one when they're the ones that are trying to tell you that they're making something in the United States, but it's not being made here?
Well, I've heard from other people's comments, and I guess it was Transparent Knives did a Instagram reel yesterday where on certain Reddit forums that I don't go on, that people were saying that Kevin was as much at fault as M3 because he probably knew all along, which, we know that's not Kevin, but there are people out there that don't know Kevin or don't watch his channel or don't have connections with him that thinks, that he was probably in it for the gang too, which sucks that he had to deal with that.
Yeah. I think you could say like lack of vetting and all, like, you're going to make sure, but he said himself, like, I don't like, my first assumption is not that everyone's a fucking criminal. Like I kind of trusted these guys and thought they were honest enough.
How are you going to vet them?
know.
Like, I mean, track where they're like hide outside and see where they're getting shipments from and shit?
Right, I know. And that's when it all fell apart, is he said, I want a contract for you to say in the contract it's 100% US made because that's how we're selling these things. And I want you to, give me some updates on progress, like show me a video of you guys making the damn thing. And I don't think they're willing to do that because their side, from what I've heard, is that they don't want to disclose their partners because it took them years to assemble these partners, and they don't want someone to steal these partners away and do work for somebody else, whatever. And I think that's just bullshit. Like,
Their partners.
I mean, yeah, I know exactly. Right?
You would want your partners to grow if they're truly your partners.
Yeah, or at least, do it in private. Like,
I agree, Dan.
Yeah. Yeah, the no contract thing's weird. Yep.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I saw someone say something. The Knife Inquisitor said, "Let's talk wire clips." I like wire clips.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with them. They're comfy, and I don't care about the way they look.
So I said it on Lefty's Live. That's all I carry at work. Like, I can't, like, nobody looks at a wire clip in your pocket and says, this motherfucker's got a weapon, It just looks like a pen or it could be anything really that is unassuming, and this is the one this is a good work knife, Yeah, black clip especially. I've got a drift with a black clip. If I'm wearing black slacks and it has a black wire clip, you can't see anything.
You can't see it. Yeah,
but I would not.
I like this a lot.
I would not, if I bought an Arius and it had a wire clip on it, I would say that's janky as fuck, personally, because it just doesn't belong on this knife. But
no.
Depending on the knife,
it's nice,
it's not a problem.
Milled titanium knife, I would want it to have a milled clip. But on something that's like an outdoor, just everyday user knife, like the Ace Grand, the wire clip's fucking perfect for it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd wish that Spyderco came with wire clips like that instead of having to buy this replacement shit for them. And I fucking honestly hate that it's got the hole in the middle of it. It looks stupid as shit, but that's the only way to get it to you can access the screws. So, whatever.
Patina, that's a perfectly valid point, and I do agree with that. I just think the no contract thing, even if they could say, we're not going to say 100%, but we can say 80% is not, or just,
Yeah, it's not, these are old. We've had them.
What's the Swiss watch thing where as long as a certain percent is like made there, assembled there, it's considered Swiss made. Like, there's got to be some percentage that you're okay with, right? Like, I mean, I honestly think if it's the hardware alone, like the screws or whatever that are sourced somewhere else, I don't give a shit.
Or the
But as
bearing.
long as you're doing, yeah, I mean, if there's something you can't get here readily, or it's something that's just too exorbitantly expensive to source here, that's fine. If it's at least 80% or whatever, but just say that.
Yeah, I think there's enough companies where you can get stuff that you can do it.
No worries, G-Ball.
They're just trying to make more of a profit off of it, just like anyone else.
Yeah.
Charge American made prices and not actually be American made.
Thanks, Kelly. 60%.
Well, it's funny because there's not that. I mean, you end up with some of these knives that, I mean, the price, there's no price difference. Like, both of these knives are like the same price. This is American made, this one is not. Like, and I mean, materials wise, manufacturing wise, I mean, I would, I don't know, maybe you could just argue this is too damn expensive, to be honest. But, yeah, there's not that big, I mean, depends on the knife, I guess, nowadays.
Also, the thing that kills me about that knife is that and I know everyone gets all pissy with me when I say it's a giant fucking chunk of M390. And that alone should make it a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, I don't know. It's wicked looking. Like,
It's
I
a
do
badass looking blade for sure.
yeah. Well, I've got somebody making me $150 clip for it to make it even more ridiculous.
So what's going to be the difference with the new clip?
It's just Timascus, like a colorful one, just to kind of have a little bit of something pop
Who's
on
making
it.
that for you?
To make it a little bit more bougie.
It's Johnny T Knives or something on Instagram, and it should be any time now. He said 5 weeks out, and as I was watching his some of his reels and stuff, and he was showing that I've been away for a while, and the reason why is because he got this Tormac. It's like a smaller kind of CNC kind of enclosed Tormac, and he's cranking out like I mean you could basically 3D scan shit like a clip, and then put it directly into this machine and basically start just cranking out clips, or whatever you scanned, as long as it's just a part. There's not, it wouldn't like you couldn't scan the knife. I mean, I guess you could individually parts you clone shit, but he's basically cloning clips. I think. I mean, I don't know if he's scanned it. I assume it's going to look the same shape wise. I don't know if he did a CAD drawing of it himself or what, but the point is you could buy this machine and start making parts like clips yourself out of Timascus, sell them for $150 a piece like he's doing. He's got a massive backlog, so clearly if there was somebody else doing it, they'd have no problem selling as many as they can make. And I'm thinking to myself, I've got a portion of my garage with a off-road like little doom buggy in it that I could sell for about as much as it would cost to buy one of those CNC machines. Now all I got to do is learn how to do the CNC part. I can start, using that portion of my garage for that instead. I'm like, but I like going off-roading too much, so I probably won't do it. Pretty cool little business to start though.
But don't you have more fun in the dune buggy?
Yeah, but I don't think I've taken it out in like 8 months or something, like, and it's very small window where it's nice enough to go. And I don't know, like it's nice to have. I want it as a toy. But now it's like, do I get as much use out of it as I I'm debating though. Someone mentioned, I make sick shit. The Instagram guy,
Yeah.
he does it by hand instead of a CNC. And, he puts a crazy amount of effort into it. I messaged him to ask him how much it was because he had, I think, a backspacer and a clip that he was advertising, and he said it's $450 for that set. And I didn't even respond after that. I just like was like I didn't want to insult him or anything, but I looked elsewhere because I was like, holy shit, that's a little rich for my blood. But I didn't want to say that to him because I'm sure he puts a lot of effort, and I'm sure they're amazing and handmade and everything. But yeah, I don't think I want to add another $450 worth of hardware to this thing.
But it's a great knife. I mean, it's the one.
Yeah.
The Evo 2.0 would be one that's kind of on my grail list, but the 3.0 is just a bit big for me. But I'd still love to have one if I came across one.
Yeah.
It's got a
Yeah,
wicked
I
look
don't-
to it. Jimmy,
I
you
have
look
not
mighty
handled the
festive.
2.0.
You look mighty festive.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I
Very
didn't hear you.
holiday, very nice.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I thought, since it's almost Christmas, I would wear the red and white.
Y'all
Thank you.
are perfect pairing there.
Oh, yes.
Looks
I'm
like the
wearing a
tree and the present under it.
Yeah.
I like a guy who sleeps under the bridge with Christmas lights wrapped around him.
The cutest guy that sleeps under a bridge.
Oh, that's nice. I had for my work a few weeks ago, I was put in charge of doing something for the holiday because we had an all hands call. So there's like 60 people on this call. Do something, Ian. You're on the hook. And I'm like, okay. And so I sent out an email, told everyone we're doing a ugly sweater contest, and kind of hosted the contest. I was amazed that like 20 people showed up with ugly sweaters. A lot of them, they went out like the day before to buy one. Some of them were like putting them together by scratch with crafting supplies and stuff, And so I was like, every time you go to an ugly sweater contest, there's like various categories of ugly sweaters. Like there's the truly ugly, like there's no doubt about it. Like the holy shit, that's horrendous. There's the crafty DIY ones. There's somebody that shows up, but their ugly sweater is actually really fashionable and nice. You're like, wow, that's beautiful. There's what was the fourth category? I can't remember the four. There's the chic DIY. There's ugly, and funny, like hilarious shit. And so I basically like we have four categories to judge. The one that was the funny one was somebody wore a sweater with Mike Tyson on it, and it said "Merry Christmas" on it. It was just like it was great. But so I of course the day before I'm hosting an ugly sweater contest. Like I gotta have a fucking ugly sweater. There's no avoiding it, right? And so I'm at the mall like at 9:00 at night while they're like closing the doors on me at like anywhere I could find, and I need a large size, like extra, kind of maybe 3X's even size. And apparently, there's a lot of fat guys that like ugly sweaters because there's like none to be found anywhere, like panicking in the middle of the night. And so I did what any person would do out of desperation, which is as long as it looks Christmassy, I don't care how ugly it really is. Like I'm not, it doesn't have to have a slogan or anything. Like just get a fucking Christmas related sweater. And so, long story short, I ended up winning the fashionable or chic ugly sweater category.
You just got an eye for that stuff.
Yeah, why are you not wearing this sweater right now?
I know. I might have to step away and go put it on for you guys.
We must
Yeah,
know
it's-
now. What's up, Alex? You're
It's
gonna
like the
go
comfiest
to
sweater
brother.
ever, too.
I want to see the sweater.
Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta get some freaking slippers on because my feet are freezing and a drink, and I'll come back in the ugly sweater. I'll be right back.
Sounds like a plan, buddy.
We've done a few of those,
those are
been to
always
parties with those, and we always try to, because you can go and, like you said, you can buy them, but we decided to make them, and it ended up the last time we did it, what the hell? I had a bunch of like giant. I got a old women's sweater that I found at a thrift store, and then attached like a shitload of poinsettia flowers and like ugly ribbons and shit all over myself. It was so fucking itchy. It was so horrible having these giant fucking flowers and shit coming off my fucking chest. It was terrible.
But how awesome is that? I mean, that's the point, right?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. But, and we got completely wasted. So after a while, it stopped being bothersome. But at the time, it was, when I first put it on, I was like, oh my God, this is the most uncomfortable thing to try to fucking wear. And then, it was like, that lady lived out in the middle. It was like a 2-hour fucking drive to get to her fucking house where the party was, over the river and through the fucking woods.
To grandmother's house we go.
Yeah, I guess, right? It was fucking insane. The hell was I gonna tell you?
Me?
No, not. Yeah, there was something that happened recently that was funny that I can't fucking remember what it is.
It'll come back to you.
Probably
I
tomorrow.
can't say enough about these Viper knives, guys. I don't know if any of y'all are into fixed blades. I've recently become kind of obsessed by them, but this little guy just feels so good. It's a Jesper Voxnez, so it's very ergonomical.
Is that
Looks
a
like
new
it'd
one,
be a good
JuhVon?
butter spreader.
No, this is the same little Viper knives that I just carry a lot. I didn't carry it today, but I do love the knife, L-Max.
That looks like a great butter spreader.
I like that one.
I just said that.
You can
you did?
spread a lot with that. It is
Mm.
slicey, dicey.
That's
Is that
me
the
now ears.
sweater? Dude, it is
Oh,
stylish.
yeah, that looks nice, man.
This is the sweater. Yeah. There's snowflakes on it and stuff. And god damn, this thing is comfortable. Like
It's like a
it's
cardigan.
like so
Yeah.
soft.
Nice.
So yeah, it's got
Thanks, Mike.
and on camera it looks like I'm wearing a suit or something because it's got that kind of collar thing going on. So they're like, "Holy shit, you bought a 3-piece suit for the sweater contest?"
A
It
few
does look
years
like
ago,
a jacket. It looks like a suit
Yeah.
jacket.
a few years ago, we got stuck on top of what's the name of that mountain?
Mount Hood.
Mount Hood, which is where they filmed the exteriors of The Shining.
Yeah, there's the Timberline Lodge up there, I believe.
Yeah.
And we hadn't watched The Shining in years, and we were like really disoriented and like kind of freaking out because we were stuck on top of this mountain during the storm, and it was dark.
Yeah, it was like dark
we
and
pulled up to
pouring
this lodge,
raining,
and we're
lightning
like,
and
why
shit.
does this look so damn familiar? Like, this place is creeping me out. It's very familiar, and we could not figure out why.
But when you go inside, it looks obviously nothing like what the inside of the Shining motel looks like. The overlook, it looks like a really fucking
Swanky,
bougie,
ski lodge.
swanky ski lodge.
Like everyone was wearing sweaters.
Like yeah,
Dan
that's
has
what
on.
made me think about it. Everyone was in their like little hats with their little things and their little snow boots, and they have a big fireplace in the middle of the place.
And we were dressed for camping because we were trying to go camping. And
Yeah, we just got lost. The GPS steered us in the wrong
We
direction.
both look like bridge.
Oh, that's fun.
And the cheapest room was over $300, and they were completely booked up. Like there was no us even trying. So we slept in our fucking van that night in the parking lot because there was
Did
no
you go
way.
in for the champagne brunch? They have the best champagne brunch. When I lived in Boulder, Colorado, we would drive over there to the Stanley for their brunch, their champagne brunch.
Oh, you're talking about the Stanley. We were at the Timberline Lodge, which is the one that was
the Timberline.
The external shots. That's why it looked so familiar when we pulled up, even though it was like dark and foggy. It's that creepy ass exterior. You know what I mean?
I
With the
got
big
you.
mountain in
I
the
totally
background.
got you.
Yeah, but I heard the Stanley's really, really cool too. We have never
Yeah.
been there. Yeah.
No.
If
We've
we go-
only stopped in Colorado on flyovers. Just stop,
Airport.
get on another airport or a plane, and then fly away. And it smells a lot like patchouli in
And
the
weed.
Colorado
Patchouli
airport.
and weed.
I imagine.
I've been accused of smelling a lot like patchouli.
I didn't know a whole airport could smell like
Manufacturing,
one.
what's up? What's up, Jake?
So I've got to say, I got some of Stevie's beard oil, and I'm not wearing it now, but I love the freaking smell of it. I got the sandalwood smelling one, and I'm like, this smells freaking amazing. And my kids are like, you smell like an old guy, Dad. And I'm like, well, that's okay. I am kind of an old guy, And I was totally getting into it. I'm like, you guys are just gonna have to get used to it. This is my new smell. Like, this is it. Like, I'm officially owning it. I'm an old guy. I'm wearing the sandalwood smelling stuff. And my dog fucking sneezes nonstop when I wear it. And like, I don't know if she's allergic to it or what, but I'm like, oh man, like the dog's gonna make me not be able to wear my cool smelling stuff.
Try
I don't
to
know if it's just the
keep it
sandalwood or
red
what.
for the kids and for the dog.
Yep.
It's a little bit more contemporary smelling.
Yeah. Okay.
But he's got a
But that has,
patchouli.
like-
He's
I
got
was
a
gonna say,
patchouli
patchouli.
now. It's what I order. I love it.
Oh, the Pacific Northwest one does not have patchouli in it.
No, I don't think so. I
Okay.
think Pacific
Okay.
Northwest is just more of a, from talking to Stevie, just kind of a nice, clean scent.
Okay.
Like the air, kind of the air that you would smell out there. That rhymed. Chicka chicka slim shady.
I gotta say, I think I'm allergic to patchouli. It makes me not be able to breathe.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, you
I
just-
I
or
do
you
not
just
do good
opposed
with
to
a lot of.
hippies.
I do, yeah. Well, I do not do good with a lot of smells. Like when you go through the mall and you have to go through like any of the department stores where they have like the perfume section, I feel like I'm gonna fucking die if I don't like run through there and get the fuck out fast. But yeah, the last office I worked in, some lady, they hired her as a salesperson, and she came in the first day, and it was just so thick with fucking patchouli. And I walked out and I told my boss, I was like, listen, one of the two of us are going home today. You decide. I was like, I can't fucking. I like ran out like gagging and like going. I thought I was gonna fucking pass out from the fucking. It was thick as fuck. Yes,
Did you have incense or something burning in there, or was it coming off of her?
It was her.
She just did an Irish shower, I think, probably.
Yeah, man, fucking shit. All right, first of all, some people may not know patchouli was originally used to cover the smell of corpses.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
So, hey, it can be strong.
It can be. It is true. It's true.
I've smelled there, and I think there's like different varieties. I've smelled some that didn't like kill me, but whatever the hell she had on, whew.
That patchouli works though. I've gone to my share of country fairs and stuff down. Like I used to live near Eugene, and we go to a lot of hippie gatherings where, and these were like overnight, 4-day long events where these hippies they didn't bathe on a regular basis anyways, but 4 days in to play, hacky sack 3 days in a row. On the fourth day, they were funky, and patchouli was a godsend. Like, I don't care. It helps a lot. I mean, at that point, you're like, acid in my nose would be like, fine. Like, just do something. So, yeah, patchouli's a godsend, I'll tell you. In that scenario. Yeah.
We'll go sometimes, and she'll be like having me smell different perfumes and stuff. And after like 3 of them, even with those little like fucking coffee beans, policy. I can't fucking smell anything anymore.
Oh, smell coffee, God.
That's you smell the fucking you're supposed to smell the beans in between to cleanse your nose palate or what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
It starts burning so bad they all start smelling the same. I can get like 2 through 3 and that's about it.
Yeah.
You know what I haven't heard about in a while? I wonder if those people that unfortunately lost their smell and taste with COVID, if they've ever gotten their smell back. Have y'all heard anybody or know anybody that lost their smell?
I think most of the people that I heard, they did come back, but it took some time and various times.
I think my sister lost hers for a little while too.
Yeah, but came back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually, yeah.
True, Hopperano. So is everybody ready for Christmas? I'm ready for Christmas to be here and then there and then behind us.
Yeah, I did some shopping today.
I'm just glad that I'm going to not be working. I'm just going to chill and watch some stupid movies.
15 months.
Ooh,
wow.
That's a long time, Jake.
That's hardcore.
Especially for a dad. That's way too long for a dad. You can't confirm that your farts are as good as you think they are when they come out. That would suck.
Oh, man.
What's up, Don Rye?
Sometimes, yeah, I'm not a dad, but there's definitely sometimes I fart and I'm like, what the fuck did I eat? It smells like I ate a dead person.
Turtle eggs, right? Jesus.
Oh, man.
No, I live with a 13-year-old German Shepherd, and she can definitely. I don't know what they create in their bodies, but it's hardcore.
Dude, if people that like, what was the dog that had the Alpo farts? Some dog that it was in one of our families, they would say, "Oh, smell the Alpo farts." Don't feed your dogs crappy food because you're just you're gonna suffer from it.
Soft food. The only one that gets soft food in our house is the cat, and the cat was asleep on my gun bag, and I was getting ready to go over there and slip one out to clean it, and I didn't even know cats farted. I'm sure they do, but all of a sudden I smelled the most horrific thing ever that made Ashley smell the dogs like nothing. But this little cat that eats Sheba her little body generates some lovelies too.
You see what Scott said.
Look, I called it. Do you see Jake's comment? That was his complaint. Too funny. I heard a lot of my shit downstairs. I knew it. Confirmed. That's awesome.
Oh man.
So what's everybody's beverage of choice tonight? I am once again on cherry Dr. Pepper.
Left-handed milk stout, peanut butter.
Oh,
version.
peanut butter milk stout. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've
know.
had
Yeah, something I do.
used to drink the left-handed milk stout at one of the places we used to go to, and but I never had the peanut butter. So we saw this in the store the other day, and I was like, I'm going to grab this. Some peanut
I
butter.
like the
milk
name
stout.
of it,
love peanut
left-handed.
Yeah, left-handed. You can get left-handed brewing stuff all over the place because I used to get it a lot on the East Coast, and they have it out here too. Not as readily, but I've seen it in most grocery stores. You can get the regular milk stout, but when I saw the peanut butter version, I try all the peanut butter things. Honestly, none of them have ever been like, oh, that's really good, except for the peanut butter whiskeys. The peanut butter stouts and shit have never really done it for me.
Grateful Panic likes that whiskey too. What's it called?
We get the
Screwball or
Screwball.
Yeah, Screwball. And it's only because
got some of
that was the first one I tried and it was good. So why? I mean, it was good enough. So I just keep getting it. There for a while, I was getting like the honey whiskeys. That came out like a couple years back. You could get they still make them, I'm sure, but that was like something you could get, and those were pretty tasty. And I decided to try the peanut butter one. That was pretty good too.
Crispy Critter, that makes sense. I haven't been around except for that one fart, and I'm convinced it was the seafood because she either goes for the land or the surfer turf, so to speak, and that was definitely very fishy. And it was brutal. Sorry,
yeah, I've been having the sulfur farts. It's like, I did eat eggs kind of recently, but before that, there was like times where I would go weeks without eating eggs, and it still smelled like you're having fucking egg farts. That's no good.
So does anybody have, any of you guys, any knives that they're getting this year yet before the end of the year? Or are y'all done for the year?
There's two. Well, I'm still waiting on something from White Mountain. I just ordered the micarta Great White to see how that was after I got ordered the little Gavco the hyphen.
Oh yeah, that's an awesome knife.
So we both ordered that. So I ordered the Great White to see what it was like. I've seen mixed reviews about it between the G10 version and the black micarta one. I just wanted to get something else that was all blacked out to go kind of like a little pairing with it. And then I also ordered, because it looked kind of cool, the Trivisa.
The Trivisa.
Trivisa, I don't remember what the name of it is. It's a very long, pointy Warncliffe blade with its black micarta and black stonewash. Let me see if I can find it. It's got like a number. Yeah, I've never tried them, but after I ordered it, this is what I do a lot of times. I order something and then I'll go look and see what people that I watch their videos sometimes
in anticipation while you're waiting for it to show up.
Kind of just to see, because what I, some people were hating on the Great White, and man, I do not know what.
I usually skip those. Anytime I buy something, I go to find all the videos that everyone says is awesome.
Right.
What is it, that purchase confirmation or whatever?
Yeah, exactly.
Decision
it's the
confirmation.
Trivisa Lynx 4. And I think that the
was there three previous to that one?
I think there's like different, like there's like a G10 version. I got the micarta one. I think they change it based on that. It's still like a super, budget friendly. It's like $50 for micarta and 14C, but it was just a cool looking, kind of pointy as fuck knife. I'll share the screen here and you can take a look at it.
Did you get that yet?
Awesome.
Yeah, it's in the package over there. I haven't opened it yet.
Okay.
But the
I don't-
other one.
What, the knife that I got stolen today is in your house over there in a package?
No, not that one. Hey, if you click the thing down below, it'll show it. Thrasher did a video about it, and he said he liked it. But he was doing drop test with it. So he was dropping it into a log, and I guess the tip is so thin and pointy, it like bent the tip of the knife a little bit.
No.
But he said other than that, it was good. And obviously the shitty billboarding on the fucking clip.
Oh,
It's
man.
got a clip that we're not a big fan of. What's that?
Nora's book isn't going to get there in time.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
looks mad comfortable though.
it's just all blacked out. I just was looking for different blacked out things just to try it out and see what you can also evidently so it's just got a flipper, but because of the space and the finish on the blade, he said you could middle finger flick it.
Because you can get into that
Yeah.
PVD or whatever the coating is.
Yeah. So that works.
Sweet.
So, just try out
Hey
different
Jake,
things.
I might hit you up. Nimble T sounds kind of cool.
I forget which one the
I need to
Nimble
trade.
T is.
That's the Tonto.
The Tonto one.
I like that new one that's coming out that people were saying looked like the Rhino, which I don't think it looks. I mean, as
That's
much
the relative.
The relative.
yeah, the relative. It looks as much like the relative looks as much as like the Rhino as this does. I mean, it's got a clip point, and that's it's got a long fuller on it. But other than that, I mean, that Rhino is that thing's a beast looking knife. I'm not a fan of that thing at all.
No, I don't know what they were thinking. I'm surprised how many of them have sold because to me it was just out of line for the price. It just for some reason seemed out of line.
It's like trade value $300, something like that. Let me see what I got.
We're wheeling and dealing.
What is he wanting to trade to you?
A nimble Tonto, I think, is what Jack's Lungs is thinking about trading.
For what though?
Ian's looking at his box of goodies.
Here's a couple options. I got 2 of these. That's probably a similar trade value. You got a drift already? These are freaking awesome. Yeah.
Edgy American Shane. What's up, brother?
Double stone washed. I think this is around the same price. I think about doing that.
Is that the first or the
nimble.
second version?
Then the thick
This
boy.
is the V2.
Yeah.
Oh, that is the V2?
Yeah, it's got the kind of closer.
Yeah, it doesn't have the
Yeah.
big space between the two.
Yeah.
See how yours has got a flat. The
Yeah,
other one
the other one's got
to a little point there.
Yeah, it's got. Yeah. This is a cool one. It's just, I don't know. I don't carry it. It's got that blade to handle ratio thing that seems weird. Or cutting edge, I guess, to handle, really, is what it is.
So isn't that the same, though, as like any Spyderco?
Yeah, and the one he's trading, that Nimble T, is not that much different either, but that's the one I'd go with if you don't have a drift yet.
So I see this question, Lord Needham. There are two different things completely.
I do have that still, yeah.
And Jack's Wolf's knives are not at all the same. I don't own Jack Wolf's knives. I've handled them. It's just a completely different beast.
Than a traditional?
Yeah, it's a different thing altogether. I mean, they may look kind of similar, but they're not the same.
I'd have to do something else on top of that, I would say. Obviously, but
You're showing things that you would let go?
yeah, he was asking me if I still had this one, but I think the trade value is going to be higher on his than this. What else do I have?
That's hilarious. Dude,
The
I
gauntlet has been
have
thrown.
some spider codes, but the blade to handle ratio is clearly fucking a little bit off. I bought it knowing that, and I carry this thing. You know, I like it enough. This is the only one I actually carry.
Take care,
not
William.
that often.
Have a good night, William.
Good night.
Ooh, I've got a perfect offer here. Hold on.
He said he'll take that Strider if you throw in that sweater.
The sweater will close the deal.
Sold. How about this as a combo? That's a good deal. I'd say it's in his favor. So we got the ProTech PT, like pristine, and G-frame. What? Real steel? That thing's badass. This is S35EN. Nice gentleman carry. Has everyone's favorite wire flipper.
Nice.
Great action. Yeah. There you go.
I never got into the whole super thin knives thing too much.
This is a nice one though. I do like that. It's got that cool fuller and.
Oh yeah, I think I asked you before. You can't flick from the fuller because the blade just drops.
It's kind of buried in there. Yeah.
It's buried in the handle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sold. All right. Cool.
Look at y'all go.
Done deal.
Yeah. So Lord Needham, that's the thing. So this is not in any way, but this is just like an example of why it kind of irks me. And then there's other modern traditionals out there, and they pin them. And I wish that the fucking Jack Wolf's knives were also pinned, because you're not supposed to take them apart. He tells you straight up. And I made the mistake. I was going to send. I'm looking for the knife right now that I was going to send into Bill Pro X. Oh, it's up here. So Cue Ball sent me this knife. This is a little, slip joint. It's bone scales on there, titanium frame, M390 blade. As you can see, it's taken apart partially. So I had taken off the one side, and it looked like the way that it was constructed was that you could take it off these two T8s, and then the bone would just, come off, and I was going to have him make me my Carta scales for it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if I can if the other side, just want to make sure it pops off easy. And when I went to do it, realized that the front screw, I thought it had a tube for the pivot, and then the two screws came in from each side, but no, it's a tube screw thing. So when you go to take it out, it is the pivot, and since it's a slip joint, it's under pressure. I can't get it back in. So I'm gonna have to find some way of putting a lot of. I don't want to do it on this because that's a really fucking sharp little blade there. I'm gonna have to tape it all up and shit. But it came, so now I can't get the screw back in. So stop putting screws on shit that you're not supposed to take apart.
Good point.
So, there you have it.
I heard that it's probably a bad idea to take apart a slip joint. Now I didn't realize why. Freaking never get it back together.
I have successfully gotten one back together, a different one, but this one, if you can see the hole, this doesn't line up with the pivot. You see that gap there? I don't know if it's showing up or not, but you can see. And to get it back on, they have a jigging that they use that puts pressure in the right spacing when they put everything together.
Yeah,
I don't have that, and so you have to have the blade open and then be putting pressure on the back spring, so that way the hole will line up. And yeah, so there you have it, folks. Anywho, it to me, that's the thing about Jack Wolf's knives that I don't like, is that you see those shiny ass, hardware versus something that looks like it's supposed to be there. Like on a penknife, which, like on this.
And even though they're modern traditionals, they would have the same issues taking them apart just because they're put together the same way, I guess.
Between what and what?
Like between taking apart a Jack Wolf knife.
Yes, and this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to have the same limitations.
Exactly. Yes, you're not supposed to take them apart, so stop putting goddamn Torx bits on shit. Pin that shit and make it look classy. And obviously, the Jack Wolf's knives are not American made. So, if
Shane didn't notice my sweater. This world just isn't fair.
I think what you should do to even it up is lose the t-shirt under the sweater.
Oh, that'd probably work. Yeah,
we'll see some of that sweater meat, and then
so little man cleavage. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
If Shane gets home in time, he can jump on and join us. He's got the link, and he usually has been joining me lately shirtless. So that's something to stay up for. That's better than a giveaway.
Are you trying to gain viewership or lose it? I'm confused.
I told him he should open an OnlyFans because there's got to be some percentage of the population that is just all about that.
Yep. And
thanks, Shane.
I don't know if we want to see the pictures of those people.
The Malibu is a great knife.
When I think of the people that want to see subscribe to Shane's OnlyFans, the only thing that pops into mind is the guy doing that dance in what's the movie? It puts the lotion on the skin. It puts the lotion on the skin, or else she gets the hose good.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah. What's the dude's name? Buffalo Bill. doing his little dance in front of the mirror.
Yeah.
Oh, that's creepy.
And then watching Shane shirtless.
Hey, as long as he's paying. A paying member.
Exactly.
That's 30 or 40 Buffalo Bills.
That PP tuck scene is forever ingrained in my consciousness. Like that's not something you forget. You don't come back from a PP tuck.
Don't act like you never tried it.
Oh, geez, no comment. Oh God, yeah, I want to see that too.
Did you see what was the company that got in trouble recently because the dosing on their gummy bears was like listed way lower than it's supposed to be? So it was like they were saying it was like a 10 gram or something, but it was like fucking like 100 gram product or some shit.
Oh crap.
So people were taking 10 or 20, but they were really getting 200.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. I don't know what the number difference was, but it was something hilariously like fucking misleading as fuck. And I don't know if they were like people knew, the customers knew, but they were just doing that to skirt laws for the area or some shit. But yeah, it was something nutty.
I've got a fun story about a magic brownie that I had one time.
Talk to me.
So when I was a kid, I had a weird ass childhood, but my mom was a big fan. We smoked weed all the time. My dad used to get a pound at a time of Mexican. Like this was like in California, like back in the day, you get sticks and stems and seeds and the whole nine.
Yeah.
Shitty ass weed. We get some decent stuff every once in a while, but usually it's a pound of this crappy Mexican. And we'd smoke, have big old blunts and stuff of it. My mom enjoyed it as well, but she wouldn't smoke. She would make brownies. And she'd take a big-ass dose of brownies. And I was probably all of about, I don't know, I was younger, and still a virgin. And I'd taken a huge dose, like probably ate 2 of them when I should have ate 1 or a whole one instead of a half. I doubled the dose, whatever it was. And I was fucked up. I was laying in my room, and the freaking it's like spinning and stuff, and it finally stopped spinning, and I'm like, holy shit, like the kind of out of body experience type of shit, where I feel like I'm like floating and like I could see the top of my head and stuff, just some weird shit. And we had this girl that lived with us. Her name was Marquise, and
Was she a stripper?
I think she turned out to be one later, potentially. I don't know for sure, but at the time she
You
wasn't.
can't have a name like Marquise without being a stripper.
Right. And she always like had a, like she was always like, but I was always like, no, like, we're just friends or whatever, because she kind of grew up with me or whatever. Well, she came over when I was fucking wasted. Like I was literally staying still, trying to keep my eyes shut so that I wouldn't start spinning again and get freaking like disoriented and nauseous and stuff. And she came and sat down on the bed next to me, and she says, I remember this still. This is like fucking 30 years ago or whatever, like at this point. She goes, Ian, like, I guess she was having a bad day or whatever. She goes, make me happy. And like, I'm like a little virgin, and I, like, in any other circumstance, I'd be like, hell yeah, like, let's do this, because I'm a virgin, like, this sounds cool. But I was so fucked up, I couldn't, like, move. I missed my opportunity. And it was, the weed saved me, man. Like, that could have gone very bad, very quick.
G-Ball, you just
Thank God for that dose.
We're going to go for a while.
I was expecting that story to go something like,
Nope.
Ian just basically made a paper mache mess all over him and this lady before the party really started.
That was divine intervention, Ian. It just wasn't.
I know. Yep. I did. So we did have in probably about the same time, we went on a cruise line, and at the time, it was Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, and it was like a 3-day, 4-night cruise, and it left down in Southern California, and it went to like Ensenada, Mexico, and Baja, like stopped off in Baja, California. Ensenada was like this little like trial cruise thing that they did, and my parents bought onto this cruise for super cheap. And it was like, if you buy 2, 1 goes free or whatever. And so they brought me along. And cruise lines are freaking awesome. That's the only cruise I've ever been on. I wish I could go back. And we're having the time of our fucking life. And like there's midnight buffets and stuff. But obviously we couldn't bring any like weed with us to smoke. But we brought, so there's 3 of us, my mom, my dad, and me. And we bought a fucking batch of brownies, like a whole sheet of brownies with us, and we went it was the 3rd night or 4th night. It was the next day. We were like had to leave, and we're like, holy shit, we never ate the brownies. Like, what does anybody do but eat all the brownies at one time? And we just like ate tons of brownies. Like, yeah, these are my parents I'm talking about here that are and I'm a kid, and we like get shit faced on these brownies. And there's an on-board, like some of the entertainment things. There was a comedian that was on board. And, Of course, we get there all fucked up on brownies, and we're expecting, let's just, like, sit in the back or whatever. Well, they have these formal dinners when you're there, and they have assigned seating. And so the fucking couple that we sat next to the prior 2 nights are sitting right in the front. And it's like one of those moments where they see us come in and they wave us over. Oh, come sit with us. And so we like sit in the front freaking like a table right in front of this comedian. And he's like the kind of comedian that's like, make eye contact with me, motherfucker. I'm going to like roast the shit out of you in the audience. And so as I'm sitting there, he makes eye contact with my dad. And my dad's got all these fucking terrible tattoos of clowns and shit all over him, and he starts like making fun of my dad while we're fucked up. We're like, just dying, rolling, fucking, I'm like turning all colors of red and like tears coming out of my eyes and stuff. He called him Ink Boy, and he talked about, I don't know, it was fucking hilarious though. And I swear I like split ribs like laughing at it so fucked up. But yeah, so that's my then the night before, I think that must have been like there was one because I sobered up at that point, and we had a midnight buffet, and I remember going to the midnight buffet and going, "Oh, fucking this seafood salad that I eaten the day before was so good." You know, it's like I'm gonna eat the seafood.
Oh,
And I
no.
like had a ton of the seafood salad that I ate, and the next morning on the day that we were leaving the cruise, I had fucking food poisoning, and I'm sure it was because they probably recycled that big
Yeah.
bin of seafood
Sitting
salad.
out in the warm.
It was just leftover. Ugh.
Yep.
Been
And
there,
so I
done
was
that.
like, "Yep, we're all on these lines to try to get off this big ass ship because there's so many people with their crap." And I'm like laying on the ground, like in the fetal position, like, "Oh, I'm gonna freaking die!" And like, I like had barfed everything out. I had like some Sprite in me, and I remember barfing out the Sprite, and it was still bubbling. That's like the weirdest shit. I'm like, how does that happen? Bubbling shit coming, you know? Yeah, it was a hell of a
That is
hell of a time.
hilarious,
So,
dude. That is
yeah,
just horrible,
I know.
though. I mean, food poisoning is
I
one of
know.
the worst sicks ever.
Yep. Yep.
No
So
good.
went from like the greatest moment of my life to the worst moment of my life, like overnight, within 24 hours, basically. Yeah. I couldn't imagine bringing my kids to go eat a bunch of brownies on the cruise, but that was my parents
Good night,
were
Square
a
State.
different breed.
Hey, that's we don't choose our parents, right? But it's all things
Yeah.
to live
See,
by.
Jake.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man.
Those I've had my fair share of getting blackout insane on cruise trips.
I have never gone on a floating petri dish, just because I'm too freaky about bugs and shit like that, and I think that would just drive my OCD crazy.
But we did it, back in the days before COVID. There are still people like you see all the time where the whole cruise ship got sick of something.
The
Norovirus.
There was that one cruise ship that it like they had it locked down something, and there was like shit. The toilet stopped working, and it was like shit just running down the aisles of the fucking all the rooms and stuff. It was fucking insane. Like we never had anything like that, but that right there would definitely keep me from ever fucking wanting to go on one for sure. But yeah, we always had fun. We went on ones with our family. My family would do like one every year for a while. They tried to get us. They're going on one the day after fucking Christmas.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you guys want to come?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to come." Fucking.
I think it'd be
I've got a
pretty
great
hot.
aunt. My great aunt's like retired, and her husband like just go and like they're like 9 months out of the year on cruise ships and shit. That's like all they do in their retirement.
That's hilarious.
Tell us about it and stuff. And I was watching videos where there's some of these cruises that are so desperate they do like these last minute deals before the ship. Like they have the regular price or whatever the price is now. It's probably cheaper than it used to be. But they're like, shit, we have like 100 suites left or whatever. We're about to leave. Anybody can come on for like fucking pennies on the dollar. And there's this YouTuber dude. There's a few of them probably. But they're like, oh, this is like the cheapest cruise ever. It's like $20 a night or something to get on this damn cruise line. It's insane how freaking cheap you can get away with that shit.
Yeah,
Well, I gotta imagine now,
that's
especially because of the
for sure.
COVID
Yeah.
shit and everything. It's
They're
probably
just
not
trying
doing
to
great.
meet. Like they're literally just trying to like stay afloat, like literally and figuratively, right?
After a couple of like we've went on, I forget did we go on like a 7-day one time? That many 5
It
to
might have
7
only been 5
days, you get so burned out of that food. Oh
Yeah.
man, it gets fucking
It's like
boring.
good the
as
first couple days, and then it starts to taste all the same.
Yeah. And we would eat at restaurants wherever you could like dock someplace and go to like we would do that, but
It's probably a lot better for people who eat meat.
possibly
There's
I
not
don't
vegetarian
know.
vegetarian options. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably
And
good.
this shit is hard to believe, but I forgot to mention on that cruise. This is the weirdest thing. I told my dad because there's a casino on board too with slot machines and shit. And I remember giving my dad. I think I gave him like $20-$30 or something that I had brought him with me. And I was like, Dad, play for me. Go play the slots. And I had this like system. I told him. I said, okay, what I want you to do is you play. I think I said like $5 on one machine, and if you don't win, go to the next machine and pay another $5. And I told him exactly how I wanted to do it. He fucking hit a jackpot with my money, and he got the payout in quarters. It was like $300 or something. It wasn't like a fucking thousands of dollars, but he got like the $300 for the quarters and a fucking pillow sack and brought it back to the room for me. It was like, here you go, son. I won for you. I did what you told me.
That's fucking funny.
I mean, I don't know if he really won.
What a great
He might
story.
have just fucking went and bought $300 worth of quarters to be cool or something, but he swears he hit the jackpot and gave me the fucking money. Yeah. That was like the coolest thing ever for me.
That is awesome. And they wouldn't have been
I
in
know.
school if they'd have come to you in cash. The quarters had to be the.
I know. The bag of quarters. That's a lot of fucking quarters. It was a big ass bag of quarters. Fucking like the pillow sack was like probably, I don't know. It seemed like a fucking ton to me because I was a kid, but
You couldn't tread water holding that many quarters.
I know for sure.
So what time does said faction go live on Friday nights? I forget. Is it 11 Central Time?
Yeah, I think 11:15 or something like that.
I have
Cool.
no
Yeah, I
idea.
just don't want to butt into them, so we got plenty of time.
I'm usually working. I stopped working early today, and then
So you
sometimes
off for the holidays?
yeah, sometimes we got to go out and do running around on Friday, but we did that all last night. We were fucking out doing shit till like midnight. I don't think we got home until fucking it was like 1 o'clock.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so. It was fucking
I know it
something
was
ridiculous.
pretty late,
It was fucking ridiculous.
but yeah, we were. Yeah.
Just because the driving
I
slow.
got-
But yeah,
I got to be the cool boss today and tell, so it would have been only 3 people that were working today. You can go home at 2 p.m. your time. Like, I told them at like 11, it was like a half an hour before they left because noon my time is like 2 p.m. their time, and I'm calling them at 11:30. I'm like, I'm not going to put this in writing. Like, I have plausible deniability. If anyone gets mad about this, you can go home.
There you go.
Sent them home. They're like, "Fuck yeah, man!" They didn't say that, but they were excited.
We had one of those non-official. You can shut it down at 2 if you've got your stuff done.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
yes.
Paparano, that happens, buddy. They're usually the days that I'm off, or it doesn't keep the phone from ringing. It doesn't keep the problems from happening, and we still got to put them out. But Timmy, I haven't heard from Matty yet, so I don't know what they've got planned for this evening. I know he's in here,
Yeah.
but I'm always up to help those brothers out. Oh, Paparano, that sucks. We were without heat last
Oh crap!
week, and I had a guy, the greatest heat and cooling guy ever. This little guy named old dude named Dwight, I think his name was Ricky. His name was Ricky, and he came out and got our heat up and going again, and then came back out to make sure that it was blowing 240 instead of 150 like it was the night before. And this was last week when it was kind of cool but not crazy. And man, I totally appreciate him now. But pipes bursting sucks.
Lou, yeah, the ergos and the Raptor are not bad. Just the thumb stud action, you just got to be careful you're not touching the lock bar. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but reverse flick's fine.
Yeah, that was
My thumb stud still spins on the Raptor. I haven't messed with it yet. I'm just like, yeah, it's not that bad, I guess. Kind of a new trendy, cool thing to have, maybe a rotating thumb stud.
it's a spinner fidget toy.
Right,
On the blade.
right.
Welcome
Hey,
to
who's in
Paul.
Who's streaming in? Yeah, cool. What's up, man?
That's a great idea.
Yo, what's up, guys?
What's up?
What's going on, buddy?
You guys hear me?
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, I think you can hear your YouTube.
Give me 1 second. How about now?
I hear something in the background, but I don't know if it's YouTube.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it now.
I think it was the TV.
How are you doing, buddy?
Good, man. It's been a long day, though.
Sounds like it.
It's over with, though. You can relax, right?
Yeah.
Just breathe.
Yeah.
Good.
What's up, Crispy? What's up, Acid Test?
So, G-Ball, you
got
got the hat on. I got to ask, is there anybody that sells cool scales for the, what is this one called? The Thick Boy? Like, it'd be cool to have like some 80s or some kind of cool camo carbon or something. You know anyone that does that?
Throw it. Yeah.
As far as I know, not yet.
Okay.
I'm waiting on John to put out some more Moku tie and
That would be cool
Zirku
on this
tie.
too, yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah, they're
It's all blacked out otherwise.
right. You got the one
I think I would like it.
You got the V2 that I wanted. I have the V1, but the black V2 looks sweet.
Yeah. This my card is nice, but I don't know, maybe if I darken it or something it'll look better too, but I think it looks sick with some other scales.
Yeah, Bill
Maybe
can
it
hook you
actually-
up, man.
Oh, I didn't even thought about that. I know he's got a backlog though.
It's probably not that bad. He said he was going to be doing. He sent me a message and said he was going to do a spider coat similar to mine, and he'd show it to me to let me know so I could see if I liked it or not, or wanted to do something. But yeah, I mean, he should be able to do that compared to some of the other stuff he's been pumping out.
Yeah, because those are just onlays, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, it should be pretty straightforward.
If somebody knows what they're doing. Yeah.
They're a little contoured, but I mean they're not just slabs, but it seems like it would be.
Yeah, I mean,
Pretty
if you
straightforward.
saw the stuff that you've seen the pictures of stuff he's done for Patina,
Oh,
and
yeah.
for Stevie. So
I want him to lose the doodad hold. Like, that's an easy fix on this one.
Yeah, for sure.
You never know it's
I
there.
do have a contoured handle over my V1 for that choil.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. And then you can just pick out, just find a place that you want to get whatever your stuff for your scales are. Because I don't know that, I think when I was talking to him, the only thing he had in stock was a few different micartas. But if you wanted to get one of those crazy things, that's what Stevie did, was buy some, you can buy the blanks. And there's all kinds of crazy shit out there. Have you looked at Beyond Wood products?
I'm wondering if like G-Ball was saying the Timascus or the G-Mat, the Zircutai would be sick. Maybe I could just wait for that if that's coming. But
well, isn't that just a clip? It's not the whole scale, is it?
No, yeah, I think he was doing the scales too, right?
The only problem, he sold V2s with as a you could just buy the scales because they fit the V1s and the 2s, but that set of scales is like $300.
Holy shit.
So they cost as much as the knife.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe.
And I almost bought a set, dude, but I was like, man, I could just get the Thick Boy V2, and I ended up doing none of it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look on his site.
Yeah, I
to
definitely.
see.
I'm not one of those people that would buy a $300 knife and then another $300 and fucking scales for it. That's a funny. I don't know. But I like the way the micarta looks on it. So.
Yeah, I got the black micarta with the stonewash blade, and it looks pretty badass. And then I got a pair of the natural with it. They both look good, but I mean, I know what Ian's saying. Zircutai or Mokutai would look nice,
Sick.
but it's pricey. It's pricey shit.
Jeez, yeah. Well, I guess it makes sense. I was talking about that clip. It's $150, right?
Yeah,
For that
and
much,
you gotta,
like that's definitely more material than more than
and you got to
twice.
think
For both
they're
sides.
solid. They're solid
Yeah.
Mokutai or Zircutai.
Sweet
but
Mike.
Yeah.
they're expensive.
Yeah.
Don't you have some of the like you could get the scales similar to on your oh shit, what's it?
The jungle wear.
Either the jungle wear, he could do that, or the
Yeah.
ones like the Devo knife and the penguin you just got with the
Yeah.
carbon or
The 90s
copper
carbon
or the
This one.
aluminum. Yeah, you could do that kind
Yeah.
of shit. That would look
that
pretty
sounds
badass on there too, because it's already
I'm running
blacked
little
out.
boys
blade.
room, guys. I'll be right back.
That would look pretty
Yeah.
badass.
That would look sick. A really cool material.
Yeah, that stuff's pretty badass. I don't know where to get that, but there's quite a few places that you like. Patina said he posted a place that's got you can.
Yeah, he said rockin' blocks.
Yeah, you can you find so many
Check that
places
out.
selling that shit. I was looking at getting blanks of the fat carbon stuff, and it's like $60 or something for a block of it or some shit. With the gold. Oh, dark matter is what it was. It was the black and gold dark matter.
They're talking
Ian,
about trade lock. Yep.
How you like that Penguin Plus, dude?
It's awesome, man. This thing is, I was just playing with it. I really do like the size of this one.
Dude,
I like the penguin a lot, but I think I like this size better.
Me too.
And
dude.
the flipper, adding that
Yep.
flipper to it's awesome. Fucking action's great.
Yeah, that looks really cool.
Yeah, I got the copper carbon fiber with the black blade, and I love the way it looks.
Yeah. This thing's awesome. I kind of want the mini one now, just to have the kind of complete set.
Yeah, I know. I've been thinking about it too.
I wish it was a liner lock with those scales on both sides.
That would be nice. Yeah. It
Just
does have
visually.
that kind of, yeah. I've never been a huge fan of that. I've got the Thug is I think the other one I have that has that kind of same yin yang thing going with the scale and the,
That's actually the only knife I own that has a show side scale that's not the same as the lock bar side.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Penguin Plus is the only knife I have like that. But it's not because it's so thin, I think. And see, the black blade version, Ian, has the titanium's all black. So it kind of
looks, yeah, then it's not as obvious, huh?
Yes, it looks a little
kind of blends.
Yeah, it blends in almost.
Yeah, I don't hate it. It's really lightweight. I mean, obviously it's going to be lighter than a titanium scale, even if it's milled.
Right.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I love it though. It definitely overtook the regular one for me with the flipper tab and then that little bit of size. Yeah. 20 CV.
Jesus, 7 regular size penguins. That's a lot.
Yeah, I still got my denim micarta early on penguin, which was probably the third or fourth knife I got when COVID started, when I got back into the game heavy. I have not jumped into the tie one yet. I'm curious, and I love the penguin. I just haven't done it.
That's what you were playing with, is that jigged one that you won from Beard of Doom. Where's that?
Wasn't that Mokutai penguin only like $200 or something? It was like some crazy. Am I remembering that? Maybe it was on sale, but I remember seeing it like super cheap.
These little guys were great, and they got
what's
all
that
3
website?
sizes.
The Caviso.
3 sizes of this out again now. You can get the little one or the big one.
I think they had a couple different versions. There was one that was like all Mokutai, and then they had one that was just like the clip and like the backspacer maybe.
And wasn't that the one that's anode pink or something? Pink anode titanium.
Yeah, see, they put a couple different ones out. Yeah, but
that's awesome, crispy critter.
The all Mokutai one was not that crazy. You know what I mean? Compared to like the thick boy scales, for instance.
That was like the cheapest freaking Mokutai show scale I've ever seen.
I remember seeing who had it? Jim Skelton. I saw him with it on a video of his a couple weeks back.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, $229.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Yeah,
that ain't bad at all.
And it's the entire show scale. See, the whole knife with a Timascus, or I guess Mokutai is what it says, is cheaper than the scales. So there's something. How do they get their freaking Mokutai that cheap? I don't know. Crazy.
I don't get it either, because as far as I know, that's from what I was told, like the Mokutai, all that, the Damascus, Zirkutai, it's almost like a straightforward, strict price. Like this is what it costs.
Like a commodity.
You know what I mean? And then they're just, unless they're just charging, some places upcharge a little more and they're just not upcharging for it. I don't know how they're doing it.
You know what?
Crazy.
Yeah.
This one's tempting.
And flicking of the Chavez Redemption Street, the little Chavez in G10. Not the tiny ass TAK, but
yeah, I'm gonna try it on something. I'm gonna test it. I shall test it.
Sounds like a scary experiment.
Oh, you've got the G10 show side on your Chavez?
I do.
Yeah. That's a lot lighter, I bet, right, than the titanium?
It is. My buddy Jared Hayes, the EDC, has the full tie, and it does take a lot of weight off of it. And to me, it gives it a little bit of texture. Is that pretty heavy?
Trying to unmute myself. It's a tank. I mean, it's not like ridiculous. It's up there. I think it's probably 5 ounces or more.
It's a beautiful knife.
I bet the resale on that one's a lot more though now than what you paid for it because of the clip.
The cool clip, yeah, without the stupid.
Doesn't have the screw eyes.
Yeah, the screws. I hate the screws.
Yeah, I feel like he caved.
I don't know why he doesn't.
I know.
Make it to where you can like just add that other clip, like.
I like because he doesn't want you to have to take it apart, or he doesn't want people to take it apart for whatever reason.
But that
which
just
is so stupid to
like
me.
hammer shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. At least make it match a little bit better. That's my main thing.
I've got this one right, the Liberation, however you say it. But I hated the freaking holes in the head so much. I put the stupid, sellout clip on there, which actually looks pretty good.
That's fucking hilarious. Anyone knows we make a leather sheath for it. Where's Joe at?
Yeah, I know Lancelot Leather could make one for it, but he'd probably need the knife.
That's fucking hilarious. Won't that?
Yeah, I hate that I bought this. I hate that I bought this right before the Sangre came out. That Sangre is so cool. This one's cool too, but
the Sangre is still on sale.
You can still get the Sangre, the 229. The warning.
This one?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
That was my last Chavez. Yeah. I need the Tanto in full size, and then I'm done.
How do you feel about this size with the kind of sharp corner here? Bother you at all? I've got smaller hands than most, and it's still pokes me a bit.
I actually don't have that one, Ian. I have the full size drop point and the full size Warney. They're both thumb studs. Thumb stud.
Yeah.
But I've heard the
full-size
flipper
one's
ones. Yeah, dude. Fits my hands perfect. I kind of stayed away from the flipper ones because I heard the flipper can get into the way, when you're unlocking it. It wants to.
It does have that double clutch thing where,
but
crazy kind of detent deal.
Yeah.
I mean, right there, it's not past the detent that far, and it's.
Yeah, you got to have your finger in like the perfect spot for it to just pass that detent.
Good for you,
drop it
Louie.
to where that's hitting your thumb, it's not past the detent. Kind of a pain. Still a cool knife though. Just wish they would have done the.
They're great knives.
Foil or something, or
Oh, they're definitely well made.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised to hear about that Curtis having so much lock stick, Mike.
Yeah, didn't NAF Sargent, the artist formerly known as NAF Sargent, have issues with his Curtis?
I see him all the time on USA Made Blades, and I've seen him popping up on somebody else's site. I forget who, but I've never had any experience with them. I never even helped him at a show.
Yeah,
I
thought he said that. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I remember seeing DLT or REC got a bunch of them in.
Yeah,
all sorts of mill patterns and stuff on the handle.
Yeah, tons of them.
Yeah. Yeah, NAF said that he was having a bunch of issues. He contacted him. He told him he's gonna he refunded him. He was gonna fix all the issues, send him another one to try, and then never did.
Made it sound good.
Yeah, he totally did above and beyond customer service, but didn't follow through all the way.
So did he get refunded and just no new knife?
He did.
You could reach back out to DLT and they'll make it right or send you another one.
Yeah. I think he returned the knife to him and he tried to fix it, couldn't, and had a bunch of issues and gave up on it and just got a refund. But he told him, I'll send you one when I fix. I'll show you. I'll prove that my knives are awesome. Just review it for me when I send. He never did.
So does that guy make all of his knives one-offs or something? Or why is he selling? Or is it
I think they're USA made.
What is it?
In his shop, I don't know if he makes them by hand, but he's got.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it like I forget what the fuck they call that,
OEM or something?
No, yeah, where's is everything getting machined outside and then he puts them together like a mid-tech type shit, or that's what I was.
Yeah, I think they are mid-tech. I don't think they're customs.
Because someone had to check it before it got sent to the dealership.
Yeah, someone just failed to QC it.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of that going on in all kinds of knives where you would think, I would think as an end user they would all get checked for the basics, but I guess not.
Yeah, lockup issues shouldn't happen. You should know damn well that's for a lock to fail after it leaves your shop is just unacceptable.
I agree.
yeah, that's those aren't cheap knives, so.
No. I want to say, were they $500-600?
Yeah, like $650, I think. I almost got one, but
I love the
Patina's
look
got a
of
good point. Patina says, I think Curtis is custom. They're called Curtis custom knives.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was the whole. I if you look it on Arizona, it just says Curtis Knives, but the logo says Curtis Custom Knives. But is it that just the name of the company? Are some of them custom, some not? Because some of the pricing goes from $475 up to $1,200, into thousands, whatever. So
what makes it a custom? Like, what is that even? What is that designation? It doesn't mean shit.
It means the
Yeah,
maker
does that just mean
on it along? Allegedly, it's supposed to mean that the maker hands and time that it takes to make it. Like if it's a 6-7 month lead time, they're working on that knife when they're working on the knife. So nobody else is really working on it. It's not having things farmed out or parts farmed out. If it's truly a custom, is my understanding. That's the difference in custom and
So it's like
mid-tech.
hand built by one person is a custom? Like that's.
But also, to me, that doesn't mean custom, because I have knives that are hand built by one person, but they made however many of the same fucking knife. It's not exactly a custom.
Yeah, it's kind of.
To me, it's like either A, you have input on the product.
Yeah, like the customer can specify like.
Or B, they're
things.
not like
made to
multiple
order,
ones that
mass produced or
one-off kind of things,
like
or
one
something.
of a kind.
Yeah, they're a little bit more individual made. Like the Wells Blade knives, those are fucking custom. There's other people out there making shit that's custom.
Yeah, so Louis says no CNC. Is that a thing? Is that a prerequisite?
I don't think that matters if it's custom or not. Like that's, I mean, if the same guy's making the fucking, is running the CNC that's putting the shit together, that owns the company. To me, that's still, it's just not as handmade, but fucking.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question because I'm not exactly sure what. I know the price points are a lot different, and I know Jim Skelton was saying the other night that he'd had a guy send him a custom knife who since has blocked him because Jim down the road sold the knife to get another knife, and the guy felt like it was sliding the 6 months or whatever he put into it when that wasn't the case at all. So some makers, I think of it differently, and I just know they cost a lot more. You go to Arizona Custom Knives and just have your mind blown at pricing.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Honey Bear, who's got the weird outfit? Somebody here has got a weird outfit. I have a feeling it's Pocket Metal or me that are in the running. I don't know.
I think he means the knife company.
Okay.
That QC is a good customer service. That's a weird outfit. But yes, either me, you, or
also have weird outfits.
Yeah, we don't know what JuhVon's rocking downstairs. He could be having the weirdest outfit.
I'm thinking nothing, probably. Oh god. Okay, yeah, you're good.
I was expecting just to see a mistletoe wrapped around his balls.
But they were tan. They were almost skin color pants. Have you ever seen
that? Was skin. That wasn't the color of the pants.
Who hasn't been shocked by the tan leggings on the street? We're like, holy shit, this lady just have any pants on.
Yep.
Oh god, I've been had so many times. Jogging outfits or something. I'm like, this lady's jogging with it. It's too cold out. And then I'm like, okay. Whew, tan leggings got me again.
No good.
G-Ball, that GOM is so tempting, man. I know they still have a few on their website.
They do.
Oh, dude,
it's
Ian,
such a cool knife.
It's the knife of the year, in my opinion, dude.
Oh man, yeah, that's cool.
I've not heard anything bad about that knife. Hey, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Hi
this
there.
is
Oh.
she's being shy. But this is, I have to think about it a little more, but this is phenomenal. It's so well done. He did Rhea and Chris, they did a killer job on this thing.
Yeah. Man.
That hologrind just looks sick.
It was one of those where it's so like, do I want to spend another almost $400 before the end of the year kind of deals? And I'm like, oh, probably not. Like,
you'll probably have one before the live's over.
Yeah, I mean, if there's some mid-January, I might change that tone. But
what's up, Happy Haptics?
That's how good. I almost went back and got a black coated blade one. That's how I was so close to going back and getting the other one. But I couldn't. I'm not lefty, so I couldn't bring myself to do that. But
You mean you keep more knives than you sell? You mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, and I knew I was ordering the Sagaha Nimble, so that would have. I didn't want to cut into that fund.
Was that this week that it went up, or is that coming soon?
That happened on Wednesday.
Okay.
The pattern's not on the whole knife, though. It's just like through the center of it.
Oh, I didn't see it.
It's very similar to how the F55 is. It's kind of like almost like it's outlined. You know,
but it's way thicker on the Nimble.
Shadow box.
The F5.5, because you have it, Ian. It's like a 1/4 inch around the edge, but the Nimble, it's where the bevels are. The two sides pieces have none. Yeah, exactly. I think the ratio is just a little weirder on the Nimble one.
And that's Urban Supply, right?
Yeah. And is it the same pattern? I don't think the pattern's exactly the same.
No, I think it runs
different variations.
I think it's the other. They're that style on the F5.5 is not the same. It's like that.
One?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the McNeese that I have, that one runs sideways.
This one kind of makes me a little dizzy when I look at it.
Yeah. That looks like almost like a brushed aluminum or something, but with more of an actual pattern.
Yeah, it's really fucking shiny. I kind of wish it was like sandblasted or whatever after they put this pattern on. Subdued, a little more subdued, especially with the black blade.
Did you see the hollow grind he's going to drop on Christmas?
No.
He's dropping hollow grind versions of those on Christmas.
Really?
Yeah, I got an email earlier today.
What, on the PE2?
So goddamn slicey.
Yeah. Is it a PE2 or is he calling it the PE3 now?
Well, I know there's a slip joint coming, right? Is he calling that?
Joint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the regular version, but with a hollow ground blade, and it's gonna have like brass, titanium, or now the brass might be an anode. I don't know if it's real brass.
Merry Christmas, buddy. Sorry, Pocket Metal. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, you're good. But it's 169. I can't remember what the blade steel is. Is it S? For some reason, I was thinking it's S35, but I don't remember.
Do you look it up?
Do you have the email? You can't look it up otherwise.
Oh.
I'll look and see.
I wonder if he put it up on like Instagram or anything.
He posted it. Yeah, he might have posted a photo, but there's photos. Let's see here what he said.
Let me.
Yeah, it's limited edition PE3 variant 3 is coming. Let's see here, 20 CV blade, and it is hollow ground, mill titanium, reversible clip. Okay, and it's coming out with 3 color variants: all black, all titanium, or a like brass and black version. Yeah, it's a full hollow ground blade. So there's not like a flat on it at all, really. There's like the tiniest little bit at the very top.
Do you have a picture you want to share, Pocket Metal? I'll throw it up there.
And to see, it's in my email, so I'm trying to see if
never mind.
A way to do it outside. Okay, yeah, I can do that. Let me close that. Let me pull this up here, and I will see here. Where's my Sherry? Share. All right, it's down there.
I got it.
So yeah, you can. Does it show up good enough to see the grind? On
yeah, totally. I could see the hollow one.
So yeah, there's 169.
Oh wow, 20 CV too.
Yeah.
Because these are 14C, right? Yeah.
And here's the color variants down there at the bottom.
Oh, and that's the frame lock version too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And these are dropping Christmas Day?
Yes. And it's at 5 p.m. Central, and there's only 75 of each.
What are the variants that he's coming out with? He's got like a bronzy one or
all black, a bronze dish,
blade,
and then a straight up tie.
It's got like a New Orleans Saint theme on one of them.
Yeah.
That blackout one looks probably pretty sick.
Yeah, if the blackout was stonewashed, I don't know if it is though, and I don't know if it says. I don't like just like the straight up like solid black. I'm more of a fan of when it's stonewashed.
It's hard to see in that picture next to
it is. It's very hard to see, and you can't click on it. Now go see. Woo! That blew my head off. But yeah.
It was sweet though. That hollow grind is definitely sick.
Yeah, I mean it's a high hollow. That looks nice.
And I love the PE that I've got. It's a great knife.
I like that it's a liner lock on this one. You know, I don't know if the frame lock's really an upgrade.
Yeah, I hear you there. I don't really care about frame locks.
Yeah, an inset liner works better for me.
Yeah. And a lot of times it just looks nicer and cleaner.
You just got so many frame lock. I mean, I'm a frame lockaholic at this point, and so having something like this is a little different, you know?
Yeah.
I have got to get a Jason Brown gnome. I've not got one. That's awesome, Mike. I hope it makes it to you, buddy.
Choo choo.
Yeah, we need to get one too.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were still available.
Yeah.
Looks like
yeah,
Mike.
I think he said he got up to $1,000. He was looking for 1,500, so sold like 2/3. That's 2/3 of it.
Oh, gotcha.
Dollars, I mean, not volume wise.
Right, I figured that much. I thought he had a set like number of them made. I didn't know how many was made, and I figured they went pretty fast. But
I got an early Christmas present. You want to see?
What you got?
Pretty cool. My wife got me this. I don't know what kind of stone it is, but check out the back of it. It's really cool.
Oh, very
nice. That's pretty awesome, man.
See. Yeah, pretty wicked. I like skulls, so that's pretty rad. She watches some live stream. That's her live streams are some lady that sells a bunch of crystals and shit, and she buys all sorts of jewelry and crap. I always see those boxes coming, and I'm like, wonder how much that one freaking cost. But finally, one came, and she had something for me in it. I was like, oh, cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And that's
cool
just hand carved?
Yeah. They got it down, but yeah, it looks pretty freaking realistic.
I'm sure she doesn't say anything about the fact that you. How many fucking knives does one person need?
No, I tell her I've only got 80. Like, the problem is they're overflowing now, and I got to figure out how to get rid of some.
You need another case.
That's why I'm all for trading. I just traded 2 for 1. I'm making progress here, right? I got rid of one knife net, got rid of these 2, and I'm only replacing them with 1. So that's
a start.
Forward momentum, right?
Oh man.
Yeah, pocket metal. I was just looking at the nimble with the Sagaha.
Yeah.
He has it running at the top because of how the nimble it's laid out there on the sides.
Yeah, the way it bevels over so much.
He runs it. I guess they figured it might look a little sloppy if it was on that beveled edge or whatever you want to call it. At least that's what I'm thinking, because he has it running sideways on this one, not up and down. It's sideways. So I'm wondering it looks clean. I'm looking at a video of it here on John's Instagram.
If you pull it up, Ian can show it.
How the hell do I pull it up?
Just hit present
Uh-huh.
down at the bottom, and I'll okay it, and it'll come up.
Okay.
Once you get what you're looking at, you just kind of choose what you want to present.
How about, can you see it?
No,
No.
it should show me a request when you share it or present
Oh,
it.
wait.
Scott, that's about all that would fit in my backyard is that container, and there's a freaking trampoline back there right now. I need to get rid of that goddamn thing first. Then the 20-foot shipping container. That's coming. Something different.
There it
That
goes. Hold on, let me
trampoline.
find
So such a bad idea. Never get a trampoline for your kids when that's all that'll fit in your backyard.
Edgy American with his lies about the movie Elf. One of my favorite holiday movies.
What's the line?
He said that Will Ferrell's not funny.
I think it's kind of tasteful the way they did it. I kind of like the band there. The little banding of
I've
milling.
been waiting for this to come out for like 5 months.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
It's a satin blade.
Shane, I think you're right. That's way overrated.
You guys are fucking assholes.
Hope's pretty good.
What Christmas movie do you like better?
National Lampoon's
Yes, all right. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is definitely the top.
Yeah,
Here's the story.
I think it's gonna look good.
Anchorman was, those movies are okay. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I'm gonna watch that shit right after I get off this stream.
funny. Come on, man. You don't like Step Brothers?
Yes,
We probably need to wrap it up here shortly anyway. We've been on for over a couple of hours. Get people a break before Maddie starts and Stevie. And we all show up over there, die hard. Edgy, I guess you never made it back to the house to jump in. Maybe we'll see you next week.
No shirtless action? Come on.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Hey there. You're live on stream.
What's happening, everybody?
Grateful Panic says hi, guys.
Hey.
You ready?
Hey there.
All right.
Wherever you are, it ain't no rush though.
No, we're about to end. I'll come get you in just a sec.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it.
Later, buddy.
Come get you. Where's your skateboard at?
It's a little cold for him.
Skating on ice.
He worked late tonight, so
He's got
and I told him I'd be running till right around 10:30, and he waited till 10:30. So I appreciate you guys coming on, and y'all are welcome to join me any Friday night. And guys, everybody in the chat, I'm just tickled to death that y'all showed up, that y'all came and hung out with us for a while. And I promise my lives will get more. I'll get something to talk about, get some kind of structure to them. But for right now,
Never tell anybody it's going to get better.
what's that?
It's downhill from here.
I said never
This
tell
is
anyone
peak.
it's going to get better.
Absolutely.
This is peak JuhVon Friday, right?
I'll be here either way.
I try to peak the next day a little bit better than today. But
There you go.
look out for each other, guys. Look out for the guy to your left, the guy or gal to your right. And remember, keep love in your heart and choose debate over hate. You guys got anything to say before we let everybody go? And I go pick up Grateful Panic.
Have a great night, everybody.
Lord, grant me the strength to not buy the God of Mischief before the end of the month.
Oh, come on. Just
No,
do
you
it.
need
Go
to
buy it.
at the end of the night,
Go
or
buy
it
it.
might be gone.
You won't be
Oh,
disappointed, dude.
dear. Oh, man.
T-Ball,
All
I'm
right.
glad
Wait,
you made it to join
on
us,
Monday,
buddy.
I
I'm
can tell
sorry
you
you
how
had
much I think that
issues
night's
today.
It's all right. Thanks for having me on, man.
Hey,
You
I
guys
love
have
all
a
you
good
guys.
weekend.
Have a Merry Christmas.
Good night.
Good night.